Hello, and Owen is with me again. Hello again.
Hello, Claire.
Owen, now Greece is once again at the top of the Eurozone agenda. How are the European markets responding?
Well, they look pretty good if you're in Germany, Claire. Remember, that's the next stop for the Greek Prime Minister in this week of shuttle diplomacy. Not because of that, though, but partly because the government has confirmed second quarter GDP up by 0.3%, one of the few performing economies in the Eurozone right now. Add to that, Angela Merkel is the most powerful woman in the world. That's according to Forbes. So it's looking good for the Germans, and the DAX is up at 0.8%, partly as a result, maybe not because Angela Merkel is the most powerful woman in the world. On the Asian markets, the Nikkei did manage to eke out a few gains, closing up around 0.5%, with the Hang Seng around 1% up as well, and even the Shanghai Composite managing to end the day with some gains.
All right, let's now pick up on some more company news. Qantas has been forced to cancel part of its order for a fleet of new planes after posting its first annual loss since privatisation in 1995. The Australian carrier lost 245 million Australian dollars, largely due to international services that will become a separate business next year. It's cancelled orders for 35 new Boeing Dreamliners, but is committed to 50 already in the pipeline.
And Hewlett-Packard is also racking up losses, its largest ever for the third quarter. The world's largest PC manufacturer lost $8.9 billion. The slump was largely due to an $8 billion write-down over the value of its subsidiary Electronic Data Systems. But it's also suffered from consumers ditching traditional PCs for tablets and smartphones.
And South Africa's president has threatened to revoke the licences of mining firms who failed to provide decent accommodation for their staff. Jacob Zuma's warning follows riots that led to 44 deaths at Lonmin's platinum mine that were fuelled by disputes over conditions. Industrial action has now spread to a mine run by Royal Bafokeng Platinum.
Next here on Business, playing with petrol prices. The French government has announced it's to reduce taxes on fuel prices here in France, where some drivers are now paying €2 per litre. The government hopes that it will offset the costs for consumers in an economy that's almost in recession. But as the Russian government can testify, intervening in fuel prices can sometimes backfire.
A litre of petrol for under 34 rubles. That's 85 centimes, just less than €1, and attendants who fill your tanks. Russia should be a driver's paradise, but many see a different reality on the road.
Of course they should freeze prices. Petrol's too expensive.
These gas companies, they've gone crazy. Prices have exceeded all limits.
Indeed, prices have soared at Russian pumps, up more than 25% in a year. In the spring of 2011, it was a different story. Cars queued in seemingly endless lines, and some gas stations were pumped dry. Russia, the second largest producer of oil in the world, had run out of petrol to sell to its own drivers. The reason? Retail prices frozen at unsustainable lows. Producers found they could make more money by exporting petrol to places like China, rather than selling it domestically, leading to an unexpected fuel shortage. The crisis lasted about 2 weeks, until domestic prices were allowed to rise and a tax was imposed on exports. Putin filled up his own tank near the Chinese border, a photo op demonstrating that Russia's fuel shortage was over.
And that's it for business. Thanks very much, Owen, and thank you for watching. Do stay tuned to France 24.